Hello, everybody. Last episode we reached Stellar Bay in Monarch. Between episodes, I have been tweaking our gear a little bit, but that overall the only thing that I've really changed is give some weapons a few more levels. And mostly, I haven't changed all that much. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So let's see what this is. Doesn't allow us to do anything. And apparently, our Nayoka, our contact, is down there. She's not sure how I'm supposed to get down there, so... Oh, is this an elevator? Oh, oh, oh. This is an elevator. For some reason I can't run. Am I over encumbered? I'm over encumbered. Did I forget to... Yeah,
I gotta sign you in.
I forgot to put all my stuff back into my storage, so I'll have to go back there and do that. Yes, you were saying?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Yeah, I just arrived here. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all.
Huh.
Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sow tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Hey, we've heard that before. I think I'm gonna have to go by Alex Hawthorne, considering the ship is still registered in his name.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code.
Why, thank you.
I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
I'm sure. Is Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublet. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You're not where I expected to find a Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly. Are you seeing the board's been lying about this place? Oh no!
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes.
So I guess we're gonna have to go see Mr. Sanjar. I'm gonna have a look around town.
I'll be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Well, you're asking an awful lot. It depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment. Signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Oh, guess we could do that. Sure, I can ask what you're supposed to.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Alright, very good. First, we're gonna return back to our ship to make sure we're not over encumbered anymore. So, I'll be right back with you guys. Who's a good dog? But I just got a brain fart about why I was carrying all this stuff on me. I wanted to sell it. So, putting it back in my storage is not gonna do as much. Because, yeah, it's not gonna sell itself. So, never mind. Back on the road. Guess we're first gonna find a vendor where we can sell our shit. Wait, now I can. Right, guess I didn't pick everything back up. But where is that button? There it is. So let's see here. This is This is the welcoming dude, and here we got some vendors. Let's see if they got a normal shop though. This seems more. This was a bar, I think. So let's see if we can find their shop first. I think this is their building where their thingy was located. What do you call it? The
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
So, please tell me there's a vendor here somewhere. Ah, she's apparently cranky.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, alright? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Take it easy, I'm just looking around.
Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately.
Yeah, we noticed something
First,
like that.
my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Is what? Your chief what now?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Okay, but not a vendor then? This place looks really healthy. Yep, really healthy. Ooh. Okay, I'm not sure why it's saving because I didn't press anything. But hey, more things we can sell. Why is this thing growing green? Oh, hello. What's this then? Stellar Bay Ruins. Huh. Okay. Have to keep that in the back of my mind. Apparently, there is a vendor in here.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
I like you already.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Aha. Hey, and we got a decent discount. Very good. So let's sell all the useless crap that we're not using. You gotta be careful because there are some weapons in here that we do want to keep, like this bolter rifle. This and this. Let's see, the grenade launcher, I don't think we want to sell. No, because it has mods on it. Why do I got it in my inventory? Right, because I used it myself. Never mind. We can sell that. Sell that. I think I kept one of these actually, but you also can't mod them because reasons. Plasma launcher. All right. Let's see. Ooh, some vodka. I'll take all of it. So, Nyoka.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding. All over the place. Trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
She sounds like she's already fucking smashed. But let's keep listening.
But I gotta get in there. get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Someone just woke up. Who are you?
Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet. And the drunkest.
Shut the fuck.
What, is she the only one?
Fair point. I deserve it though, on account of being the best.
My dad always kept his firearms and liquors in different lockers. Said it wasn't safe to mix them.
Yeah.
Out here, if you ain't a little buzzed, you're liable to notice the stench of life. The grit in the air. The dust in every drink and the blood on every boot.
Right. Well, I'm Peter Van Horst. Are you always just drunk?
If you think this is drunk, I gotta, you need to get out more. Sit, partake, buy me a drink and let's chat.
Sure. I'm not around, bartender.
Outstanding. What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
I was kind of looking for you. I want to say vacation, but I'm told you can help me find an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
Sure, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Wait, don't we got one of those on our person? You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
You won't find a better deal in Halcyon than our special one-time offer for a refurbished sanitation unit. Remember, if it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
What in the... That thing talks?
That's Sam. She. It helps me stay clean. Anyway, we'll get you those meds. So, all right. That's an interesting person. Let's stroll around town a little bit more and see if we can. Hey, named person.
Well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you? All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
That's a very stupid thing to say. Holy crap. She has a hunting rifle ultra. Oh. But you can't put mods on it, other than the scope that's already on it. Shame. Okay. What's up with these things? But the normal plus for Alpha we found was level 6. This is level 14, so that's a lot better. But this DPS is pretty damn low, though. Okay. Oh. Is there like any... Would there be any use in climbing this thing? Probably not. Oh. Hey. You can actually climb this. Because it's a ladder. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, let's grab a shitless. What's the fucking point in getting up here? Oh great, I'm almost stuck. So, is there a point in getting up here? No. Fuck's sake. Jesus fucking Christ. I just wanna see what's down here. Hey. Plasma combine coolant tank. And we can't get up. Oh wait, we can get up. Hey, we can climb the ladder. So I'll probably leave this little bit in the episode, but I think I'm gonna cut every other bit of exploring out. Because exploring can take a lot of time sometimes, and it's not that super interesting.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
They're all pretty great, yeah,
Aren't
yeah.
they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball.
That sounds
So,
like
what can I do for you?
a very healthy way to deal with your problems. Is it your trouble receiving the thoughtful game transmission?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good.
Who's
All
Graham?
it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Okay. I was expecting that to be a quest, but guess not. There's a quest marker over here. Let's go see what it is. Hello, Abigail.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do?
Okay, holy shit, I'm getting shivers down my spine. What the fuck? I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
Let's lie about this, considering she already said they had their quota, I guess, for this month.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away
damn it.
what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs.
Upstairs,
Isn't it a
you say?
shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, you can't trust people these
Except
days.
for you, I can tell. You've got one of those faces.
Oh, I know.
I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Oh, Nayoka did.
Oh, her.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I
none
thought.
of my business. But I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Must be some way that I can increase Nayoka's allotment.
Oh, I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Upstairs, you say? I thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. You sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Remind me, what supply room?
The one upstairs, where we store our medicines.
Right. Where can I find this, Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Flower of Enlightenment?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
Wait.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen.
So, hold on.
Dearie.
Why is she sending me to a corpse? I guess I have to figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
Oh, don't mind me.
Entering quiet mode.
Yes, we're doing this totally stealthy. So I don't want to do this like just taking what we need. That's the woman's bed, I assume. So what's this then? Employee login. You can just create a new account. What the fuck? But let's use some hacking. So let's see what they have to say about the Naoka. Liver damage, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Okay. Increased caffeinoid allotments increased to high. Warning: excessive caffeinoid consumption may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrolled bowel movements, nausea, death. Okay, that's not. Why did I got a record on me? What the fuck? Data storage. Wait me. So let's see what this is. Reactionism. Pep you up. Oh, that's the doctor who killed himself by taking a mix of medicine, apparently. At the hypothesize that this combination might awaken my mind and sense to regret the reality surrounding us, but that's true. That sees my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It's perhaps due to these later effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I'll have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Yeah, that seems like a very good mix. Notes: bushberry extract and deliberal. After my previous experience, I theorized that deadening the eternal senses might allow the mind aims to glimpse the eternal, unless it is only partially successful. The combination of substance quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. Woke some hours later about my own sick and almost craving for Tilleritos. Didn't the previous substance give pretty much the same? No, pretty much. And what is this? So he tried Costerona triple doses, and that seemed to be proven fatal. So what is this then? Okay. Seems someone has been writing some steamy romance novels. No, that's the toilet. Ah, Edward. Ah, okay. So, okay. There's still two more things I want to do before I call off the episode.
Smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltiness.
So
Trust
go
me,
back to
this
Nyoka
is worse.
and then go talk to the local big cheese here. And I'm not sure who this is, but
Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
you get a lot of brass for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
Your neighbors probably aren't missing your company either, come to think of it.
And how should they know what they're missing? I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
But now you're all free from the board.
Yes, free to wallow in squalor together. Free to squabble with the iconoclasts over a raptidon-infested hellhole. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be. But hey, otherwise you would have the exact same situation, except that you would be slaves for the rest of your life, so nothing changed, effectively. Hey, Nyoka.
You're back. Good news? Bad news?
I get the stuff.
All of the above?
I've got your magic pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Good to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Sam, wait on the ship. We need Nyoka's help right now.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Fair
What
assessment.
are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock wheels, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
It's a wonderful director.
Wrap Musk and Canid Eyes, right here.
Excuse me, what?
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some Canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen. But I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc.
Right.
Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Do you got a gathering crest for me by any chance? Why would I want any of that?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
Ferrari, you know who he's talking about?
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a manta queen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
Yeah, the terminal said that he
came
didn't
to
get
Stellar Bay
much
years
luck.
ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Manta queens, especially.
I kept telling him he was a fool for chasing Mana Queen tail. Anyone looking to get familiar with a queen is liable to become the bitch's supper.
Oh my. Well, I hope he's alright. Haven't seen him in a while.
So I guess we'll find him soon enough. Have you seen a mannequin?
Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them.
Where have you seen a mannequin?
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him.
Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing.
Tell you what. I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
That works for me. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Alright then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins.
Past the ruins? That's Manta territory, all right. My professional opinion is that we leave that idiot to his well-deserved fate. No offense.
Last Mana Queen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there, too.
Alright. So.
Oh, good. Celia hasn't come.
So let's see what sort of stuff he's selling. That's just junk by the looks of it. Hey, what's this? A Manti plasma gland? Love these descriptions. Okay, so we were looking for the head honcho. Where is he? Yacht Club. So I thought they were talking about the building next to. So it would be this.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
And here we have it. The board sends one of their own at last.
Excuse me?
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not ice in the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
I'm not sure I want to. Oh, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
Me? I'm charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No. Afraid not. I'm afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Well, you might get another occasion.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Yeah, about that, the board, they've kind of... Yeah. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
Oh, you're still here.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Scumbags.
Dang it, Captain, that's not right. folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Sounds like you're freer than anyone in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Wait, how long does it take to figure out how to defend your
Not long,
city?
but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
So once you have the Bolt 52, what's the other part of your plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Just like the rest of this entire system. Then I guess I'll get you your 5th Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into
I
the
found
wrong
some information
hands.
that we could sell soon. I'll keep an eye out. So, that's an interesting conundrum that they're in here. So, basically, because they have to fend for themselves, they're realizing just what that brings up with regards to costs and logistics and the like. But my counterpoint would be that, you know, they've managed to survive for 10 years. So if they would get some proper support instead of, you know, being completely cut off from the board, then they would be able to completely do things by their own. So I'm not sure if their idea of rejoining the board is a good one. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. My name's Demulius, and I'll see you guys next time.